Journey and welcome to my channel. I do want to apologize because the sound is like very airy. Like, I know you hear it because I hear it too. But today I'm going to be trying something a little different, and I'm going to be starting something I like to call strange stories and self-care. That sounds a little familiar. Yeah, I kind of got inspired from watching Bailey Sarian and her murder mystery and makeup. So this is kind of like, you know, but instead of just strictly talking about homicides, I talk about a little bit of everything. So today, I thought I would talk about something I'm very passionate about, and I love history. I'm a history nerd. I don't know if y'all are history nerds, but I love history. We are going to be talking about how the U.S. just doesn't stop. I have notes. The government just doesn't want to stop acting like they can just take over the world, because they can't. They try, but they're not supposed to. Just imagine, the year is 1865. Grant is the 18th president of the United States. But remember, 1800s, they want to expand. They want to be the biggest, the baddest, and the best. They say they want to expand. And by expand, they mean they want to colonize some other land. The first place that they get to expand to is Alaska. Mind you, what's in Alaska? Penguins. And guess who bought them Alaska? Russia. You want to know how much they spent on Alaska? $7.2 million. I don't know how much that is in like nowadays money. Oh, by the way, it's $167 million in nowadays money. Sorry. But back then, you were stinking rich if you had $7.2 million. I think you're still rich if you have $7.2 million. I don't know. Anyways. But guess what? Guess what they find in freaking Alaska? They found some oil. And back then, since you have Rockefeller and Carnegie and all those people that ran America, if you had oil anywhere, oh baby, you was rich for real. Okay. How did they end up in Hawaii? Nobody knows. But they ended up wanting Hawaii. I still don't understand why they want Hawaii out of all places, but these are the same people that tried to colonize the Native Americans even though they were here before everybody else. Hawaii was already a territory before anybody walked up in there and was like, I want some. It wouldn't be considered a state until 1959, which is the same year that the Barbie doll came out. Just saying. So basically, the U.S. was like, hey, Hawaii, can we borrow you for a little bit? And Hawaii said no, because we're doing Gucci over here. And that didn't work for the U.S. because they wanted it. They wanted everything. So, you know what the U.S. did? They leased Pearl Harbor. The U.S. actually starts to grow impatient with the Hawaiian government because they start paying people to overthrow the government. And they start paying people to overthrow the queen. I think her name is Lilio Kalani. I'll put it on the screen. Y'all know what I'm talking about. After they terrorized Alaska and Hawaii, the U.S. was like, we want some fruit. Let's go to Cuba and the Philippines. So they did just that. Y'all, journalism starts to become a thing, like, heavily. Right? Are you following? I hope you're following. April 21st, I believe. I googled it. It said the 25th that the war started, but Aplish said the 21st is when the war started. But between those two dates, in 1898, 2 months after the USS Maine was sunk, the Spanish-American War started. You want to know the reason why the U.S. is fighting this war? The U.S. is fighting this war because they claim that Cuba is fighting for their independence. They wanted to give Cuba independence. Why are you lying? This is no time for games. This is no time for jokes.
What's going on? Y'all are going to jail! Period!
You are not trying to give these folks any kind of independence. You just want to take all their land. just like any other treaty that can end a war, the Treaty of Paris, 1898, sorry, it ended the war, and the U.S. ended up getting Guam, Puerto Rico, and the Philippines. But they also gave the Philippines $20 million for like pain and suffering or whatever. We're going to start talking about Cuba and what's going on with Cuba. Tell me why they ended up going to Cuba and trying to act like they gonna own the place. Like, they started saying that there was gonna be some changes. And mind you, Cuba was actually owned by Spain until they got independence from Spain. Right? Are you following? Cool. They got independence from Spain, and then they started living on their own, as one does. But that didn't last for very long because the U.S. was like, oh my gosh, please help. Not in those exact words, but, they were like, oh my God, please help. But basically, the U.S. wanted to control Cuba for whatever reason, and they only wanted to do that because they knew they had just got independence from somebody else. But the U.S. basically enacted the Platt Amendment, which states that anything that they wanted to do, they had to get approval from the U.S. government. Mind you, they're independent at this point, so somebody walking in here and just telling you have to do something because they said so was not going to fly with them. Or at least it wouldn't fly with me, but hey, that wasn't back in my era. Cuba is under the rule by the U.S. I know. The U.S. is actually still trying to get the Philippines, but this time they're trying to get the Philippines for business reasons and missionary reasons. Like the blue eyeshadow with like the real pink blush. I was going to try to do that, but I don't have any blue. I'm going to just do purple and hope something works. Now that they're in this tag you're it, I'm going to beat you up kind of thing now. They attack anybody that comes near the Philippine land. And this is called guerrilla warfare, if you didn't know. Oh gosh, I look like I just got beat up. The little scuffle they had that lasted for 3 years, yeah, that all ended when like the leader got kidnapped, and child, it was just a lot. I got one I done look at. It looks so good. That, my friends, is how the government wanted to expand, but really, they just started taking over land that didn't belong to them. I'm gonna do my eyebrows and my eyeliner, and I will be back to y'all, so. This is what I look like. I know it's a lot, but that's what I was kind of going for, like the 80s, like teenager that didn't really know what she was doing, and she just kind of put some colors together, I don't know, I've always liked makeup like that. But this is the end of the video, and I hope y'all enjoy. Bye.